Welcome to day 20 where we will be talking about the VPC endpoint. So in day 19 what we had covered this particular specific use case where we saw that how to connect your AWS EC2 instance with S3, and there were two options to connect this, correct? So one option was we had created one public EC2 machine with the internet gateway attached in subnet, it has the route tables where IGW was configured. Then we created config file over there, and with the help of the config file we were able to connect with the S3 bucket. So we passed the access key, secret access key and other stuff. After that there was alternate solution as well. We had one EC2 machine which was the public EC2 machine. We attached one IAM role, and to that IAM role we gave the permission of S3 full access, and we were able to run the AWS S3 ls command. We were able to connect with the S3 buckets, correct? So there were two ways to connect your EC2 instance, public EC2 instance, public EC2 instance. This one you have to notice. Public EC2 instance we were able to connect with the help of IGW and the IAM roles, with the help of configuration and with the help of permission of the S3, correct? So there were two ways. Now we will be seeing how to connect your private EC2 machine with the S3 buckets, correct? So you have to establish the communication or the networking from your server, virtual server, that is your private EC2 machine, to AWS S3 buckets, which are the other AWS services, correct? So we have to establish the networking from EC2 to S3. You can give any kind of permission, but you have to make it private only. You don't have to go up to the internet. So internet gateway will not come anywhere in the picture. Your NAT gateway will not come anywhere in the picture. So what we will see now, we will access S3 from private EC2 without internet and without NAT. We will create one VPC, two public subnet, with one subnet will be having association with the IGW. Why we will create public subnet and one public EC2 machine? To use it as a backend server, because when we will be creating your private EC2 machine, that private EC2 machine we will try to connect from somewhere. We will do the SSH, correct? Because then only we will be able to run your AWS S3 ls command on private server. So for that we will create one public EC2 machine. So let's directly move to the AWS console. There we will be you will understand in a better way, correct? So what we are going to do, we are going to do creation of private EC2 machine and then making private connection with the S3 bucket. So let's directly move there. AWS console we have come up. Here what I have covered or what I have created already, I have created one VPC, demo VPC. I have two subnets here, private subnet and public subnet. In public subnet I have the route table defined. In the route table I have this IGW associated only, correct? Route table you can see there are public route and private route. In the public I have already IGW associated. In the private route I have only local route, correct? Local route. And then this one I will be removing it. Edit routes, let me remove this. Sorry, let me cancel. Let me click on the edit routes, local, no propagated. Okay, this one I will have to remove. So I will have to delete this endpoint what I have already created. So let me remove this demo endpoint, delete. I will create it for you from the scratch. Now let me go to the private route here. Just let's refresh here. You will see only one route, local, correct? So there is no endpoint till now. So I do have this private route and public route. Now we will be launching one public EC2 machine that I have already covered to save the time. Public EC2 we have, and with the help of this public EC2 we will be connecting our private EC2. So now let's directly create our private EC2 instance. Let's click the launch. This one I will be calling as private. I will be calling as private server. Private server. The same configuration what we used to create every time. The Amazon Linux AMI, the T2.micro instance, and the other networking stuffs we used to keep the same one, correct, every time. So I'm going with the same one. If you are not aware about how to launch your EC2 instance, how to launch your route tables, how to launch your subnet, how to launch your VPC, you can watch out the other videos which are available before this, correct? And then you can come directly here. It will be more easy for you to understand. So I'm selecting the key pair as public key pair. Click on the edit net VPC. I will be selecting the demo VPC where I'm trying to create. I'm trying to create private server, so I'll be going with the private subnet only, correct? So I've created private subnet. Then This is if even if I enable, this is of no use because I am creating my resource private EC2 instance in private subnet, so there will not be any public IP address. So let's go with this. Disable security group. I will be selecting on the private SG what I have already created. So it does not have anything other specific other than the port 22, and with the help of this I can do the SSH, correct. So I'm just clicking on the launch instance, and our instance is ready to our instance has been already launched, correct. Our instance is already launched. Now I will connect this public EC2 machine. Click on connect. It will be connected within a second, correct. And then we will it is already connected, correct. Here if you see I have already created this file. If you see public.pym I have already created. This kpr is nothing but this kpr is for this particular EC2 machine public.pym, correct. This kpr is assigned at launch with this private server. So I have already created this public.pym, and the content of this public.pym file is here. I have already created it on the console side on so that we can save the time. So what I will do, I will now connect my private EC2 machine ssh-i, then the keypair name public.pym, then EC2-user at the rate, and the IP address of your private server. This one, correct. With the help of this private IP, now you will be able to connect your private server as well, because it does not have any public IP address. That's why we have to use the public server. So right now we are on the public EC2 machine. From this public EC2 machine, we want to connect our private server. So if you see 10.0.132, this is the IP address of public one. Now we are trying to move to 10.02.218. Let's do the enter. I will do the yes. And you have been connected to the private server 10.02218. This is the private server IP address, correct. Even you can see from here as well. So we have connected to this private server. If I run the AWS S3 ls command over this private server, you will see it will result into unable to locate credentials. Let me do one more thing here. I will give the access to this S3 bucket, to this private EC2 machine. I will click on the actions. I will get into the security. I will click on the modify IAM role. I will attach this demo role. What does this demo role have? Let me open the IAM role here. Click on the IAM. And I will go to the demo role. You will see that demo role has the permission of accessing S3 bucket. This is the demo role. I have already created to save the time. Imagine S3 full access. It has the access to it has the permission to access your S3 bucket, S3 colon star, correct. What does that mean? If I attach this role to AWS EC2 instance, that means your EC2 instance will have access to communicate with your S3 buckets. It has the permission. We have not established the networking here, but it has the permission right now, correct. So let me click on the update IAM role. If I run the same command once again here, AWS S3 ls, now you will see it does not say unable to locate credentials. You can configure credentials, correct. Now it has the permission to communicate with your S3, correct. It is not it is not denied at the initial level that you does not have permission to connect with S3. Now it has the permission to connect with S3. We have already given the permission, but there is no networking established here. So now your VPC endpoint will come in the picture, from where we will allow this communication to happen in actual. So let me do the control C. We will break the command here. Let me move to the VPC console here. Let me click on the endpoint here, the one what I deleted before. So I will create as demo endpoint AWS service we want to connect, correct. Connect to service provided by Amazon with an interface endpoint or a gateway endpoint. I will be selecting this S3 here because we have to connect with S3 bucket. Gateway type we will be selecting here because we have to connect our S3 bucket. In which VPC we have this private server? We have this private server in the demo VPC. So I'm selecting this demo VPC. In which route table our subnet belongs, the subnet in which our private EC2 instance is there, that is the part of our private EC2 is the part of private subnet, and from private subnet we want to connect our S3 bucket. So private subnet that is associated with your private route. So we will be selecting the private route table here. Let's click on the create endpoint. Endpoint is created. Now if you see in the private route, you will see one entry will be happen here. Click on the refresh button, and you should see one of the entries. So one of the entry has been automatically created here when we created the VPC endpoint. You saw that, correct? There was a route table association as well while creating the VPC endpoint. Now if you run the AWS S3 ls command here, you will not see any error. What does that mean? We have already given the permission. With the help of that, it removed that error. That means it has the permission to access the S3 buckets, but it was not able to do because there was no communication, though there were no bridge established between the AC2 to S3. Although your AC2, which is at one part of your bridge, it had the access to get to the S3, but it had the license, but there were no flight, there were no bridge to go over there, correct? So your VPC endpoint creates a bridge or a flight kind of thing, you can think of in that way, and it established that it just filled the bridge gap, correct? And now your SC2 is able to make the communication with S3. So here I will just try to create one bucket. So if you see, let me search for the AWS S3 service as well. Right now you will see there is no bucket, general purpose bucket, there is no bucket, correct? Let me go there and I will be creating one bucket here. AWS S3 MB is used for make bucket, S3 colon // and the bucket name we will give as demo-1 MQN. So anything, any unique name you have to pass, correct? So let's refresh here and you will see that bucket has been created. Let me go to the buckets. Where is the bucket? General purpose buckets. MQN demo-1 anything with the random name what we given. So if I want to create one more bucket, so I will just give a better name here. So I will just call as Manish demo -1, correct? It is also created. Let me refresh over here and you will see that second bucket is also created. So now your VPC endpoint has come into the picture. This endpoints that what we have created, this VPC endpoint act as a gateway, and it has established the communication from VPC to AWS S3 bucket, correct? So this let's understand from the picture perspective as well how this works, correct? This is the VPC endpoints. So here you have the private subnet. In the private subnet you have the private EC2 machine. There was other way that you can create NAT gateway. That NAT gateway will go to the internet and it will help you to communicate with S3 buckets. While in the VPC endpoint, what we are doing, from the private EC2 machine, we are making the request to the VPC endpoint, and this VPC endpoint is going up to the S3 bucket. So this one is working in the VPC endpoint, correct? Private to S3 with the help of your VPC endpoint. So this is what the use case of VPC endpoint. This is what we wanted to tell you, and thank you for watching this particular video. Stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and we will meet in the next video with the next another topic. Probably we will be covering VPC peering connection. So till the time, thank you. Bye bye.